Hello, you all. It's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces High Priestess. I hope each and every one of you are doing well and feeling well on tonight. And I am here for another one of my missing mysteries. Hold on, before I light my sage here. Tonight's missing mystery is going to be about Akia, Shawnta, Eggleston or Eggleston. Okay, I believe it's pronounced Eggleston, if I'm not mistaken. And let me show you all this. Just a moment, guys. So this is Akia. Can you all see that? She has been missing since May 3rd of 2017. This is like actually quite interesting because the missing mystery I did earlier, that little girl went missing on May 3rd as well. But Akia Shawnta Eggleston has been missing since May 3rd of 2017. So tonight's missing mystery is going to be for her. Okay? So like I said, guys, I hope you all are doing well. I hope everyone is feeling well on tonight. And we are going to get into these messages. I'm going to light some sage. I'm going to clear out any negative energy around me or in my surroundings, honey, because these wicked witches and evil love trying to attack me when I'm trying to focus on my work and things. So we're just going to block that negative energy. We're going to clear out our space here, and we're going to get right into this reading. I did do a spirit reading for her, as well as I laid a spread for her as well. And so we're going to get right into this. This is like a very heartbreaking story, guys, because Akia was pregnant at the time of her disappearance. So when she went missing, she was like 8 months pregnant. She was almost like she was basically full term, really. Like that next month, she was supposed to be having her baby. And on the day that she went missing, she was actually having a baby shower that she never showed up for. And, you know, it's just been a mystery ever since. I had to do a lot of work for this. And it wasn't enough for me even after I got all of the main information, the when, where, how, who done it type of thing, you know. Of everything that went on. It just wasn't enough for me. So like, yeah, I literally had to dig, pull out the maps and all kinds of things to get some more information that I needed pertaining to the situation. So it's going to be very telling, okay? So give me just a minute, guys. I'm going to clear out any negative energy that is around. I'm going to block, bind, and rebuke all evil, demonic, negative spirits, people, places, and or things that are trying to attack me right now, that is trying to distract me from my purpose, from my work. Okay, and any evil curses, spells, hexes that has been cast upon me, I'm going to reverse those right now and send it back to its sender tenfold. So might it be. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm going to light my spirit sense now, and we're going to get into this reading for Akia. Like I said, the situation is very sad. It's really kind of heartbreaking. Being a water sign, A lot of these situations are so heartbreaking, and really all of them are. You know, anytime you're dealing with missing, you know, people or individuals who are no longer with us, are deceased or something like that, it's, you know, it pulls a lot of your energy and things. Okay, so nevertheless, guys, we're going to get into this reading. Just a moment. Okay, you all. Like I said, tonight's missing mystery is about Akia Shawnta Eggleston. The date she was missing, well, actually, the last time that Akia was seen was on May 3rd of 2017. However, she was not reported missing until May 7th of 2017. She is from Baltimore City, Maryland. Her date of birth is September the 6th, 1994. She has black hair, brown eyes. Her height was about 4 foot 11 inches tall. She weighed about 100 pounds. She is female. Her race is black and or African American, whichever you prefer. And the scars and marks that were on her body, Akia is said to have a tattoo of cherries on her left shoulder blade. Okay, so the very vague information pertaining to this situation is as follows. Shawnta Eggleston was last seen on May 3rd of 2017 in the Inner Harbor area of Baltimore City, Maryland. She was 8 months pregnant when she disappeared and was reported missing on May 7th of 2017 when she did not show up for her baby shower. Akia has not been seen nor heard from since. Okay, so very vague information, guys. I just like really hate that. You know, it helps a little bit if somebody's seen the person leave in a certain vehicle or with a certain person, or, you know, something, you kind of get an idea. But this situation, it was like she was there one day and the next day she wasn't. So but of course I got all the information and I'm going to share that with you all. Okay, so of course you all know with these readings I start off with very basic information, especially when there's such, you know, vague details to the situation. So I asked my spirit guides, starting off with this reading, I asked my spirit guides, was Akia pregnant by someone whom was married? My spirit guides told me no. I asked my spirit guides, did Akia have a boyfriend at the time of her disappearance? My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, was someone angry about Akia's pregnancy? My spirit guides tell me yes. And my spirit guides clarified that it was her baby's dad, which is the father of her children. Okay, well, not children, the father of the baby that she was pregnant with at the time. I asked my spirit guides, did Akia have any jealous friends, family, or someone that knew her who wanted her baby? My spirit guides tell me no. And I'm asking those questions just so you all know, because I needed to figure out, there have been cases where people have attacked people and it was for their baby, and like their babies were cut out of them just for the purposes of them taking their baby. So this is the reason why I had to ask these series of questions in the beginning, to get an idea of, you know, what's going on, what was happening, you know, what the possibilities were and everything like that. Okay, so my spirit guides tell me that, you know, there was no one who was jealous of her, you know, whether friends, family, or other, who was, you know, seeking out to take her baby or wanted her baby or something like that. I asked my spirit guides, is Akia Eggleston or Eggleston still alive? My spirit guide tell me no. Akia is unfortunately no longer with us. Okay, And guys, please excuse me. When I do these readings, these witches, they're doing their black magic and their voodoo on me and things like that. So a lot of times here recently, when I get to talking, I can tell that they're trying to attack my throat chakra. These heifers are like extremely jealous of me. So, and they're like watching and listening any and everything that I do, to the point of trying to copy me. Like, even though they hate me and they're jealous and envious of me, they try to copy me for whatever reason. But you know, whatever. So if you hear me clear my throat or stop for a minute to get a drink or something like that, it's because the enemy is trying to attack my throat chakra to try to keep me from being able to speak. Okay, but we're gonna keep it moving. So my spirit guides tell me that Akia is no longer alive. Okay, so I asked my spirit guides, was Akia's baby born and is still alive? My spirit guides tell me no. And again, I explained that to you all, why I had to ask questions for basically her and the baby, to make sure, you know, to see, did somebody harm her and take the baby or anything like that. But my spirit guides tell me that no, it was not a situation like that. I asked, has Akia been hurt or harmed in any way? My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, was Akia abducted? My spirit guides told me yes. She was in fact abducted, and my spirit guides clearly tell me that this was by her boyfriend. Okay. My spirit guides also tell me that Akia was attacked by a man. I clearly asked, was she attacked by a man or a woman at the time of her disappearance? My spirit guides tell me that she was indeed attacked, and it was by a man. And this man who attacked her was her boyfriend at the time. And I'm going to tell you all something else in a minute, because she actually, there was other things that was going on. But when I speak of her boyfriend, I'm speaking of the individual that she was pregnant by, the person's baby that she was carrying at the time of her disappearance. This is the person that I am making reference to. Okay. So I asked, was Akia taken for the purposes of stealing her baby? My spirit guides tell me, know that nobody tried to take her for the purposes of taking her baby or stealing her baby. Also, my spirit guides told me that a cesarean or a C-section was not performed on Akia to take the baby or anything like that. So we basically, all of those first questions was to basically kind of make sure that that was not what happened. Thank you, Spirit. I know. I asked my spirit guides, has Akia been killed or murdered My spirit guides tell me yes. I asked my spirit guides, did Akia's boyfriend hurt her? My spirit guides tell me yes. Again, this is the boyfriend who is the baby's father. And I asked, was Akia's boyfriend also the baby's father? So basically what I was asking is, the boyfriend that she had, was that the father of her child as well? And my spirit guides told me yes. Okay. So I asked my spirit guides, was Akia's boyfriend, or excuse me, I asked my spirit guides about Akia's boyfriend, and if he, well, actually, excuse me, guys, I apologize. I skipped over one thing. I looked away for just a moment. I asked my spirit guides, was Akia cheating on her boyfriend? My spirit guides did tell me yes. There was a guy that she was cheating with, that she was seeing or whatever. I believe the boyfriend slash baby dad, you know, they were off and on having some issues, some problems and things like that. So she was cheating with somebody else. However, the guy that she was pregnant by was, you know, still her boyfriend. Okay. My spirit guides also tell me that her boyfriend did not know that she was cheating. Okay. So I asked my spirit guides, is Akia's boyfriend killed her because he didn't want her to have the baby? And my spirit guides tell me yes. So basically, this was the motive in behind the attack on her. This was the motive, because if you remember, I asked, was someone angry about Akia's pregnancy? And my spirit guides told me yes. And it was only the boyfriend came up as being very upset about this baby, very upset about her having this baby. And so then my spirit guides tell me that Akia's boyfriend killed her because he did not want her to have this baby, or her baby, okay? Akia's boyfriend, he didn't want her, my spirit guides say that he did not want her to have the baby because he was with another woman, okay? So that was like the main reason that that this guy did not want her to have this baby, okay? My spirit guides told me that Akia, her boyfriend shot her, okay, point blank range. He shot her. That is how he killed her. My spirit guides also let me know that Akia was shot and killed at her house, okay? Specifically in the living room is where he killed her, or where he shot and killed her, okay? Let me just make sure that that I ask everything that was on here, okay? Yeah. Okay, guys, so my spirit guides let me know that Akia's boyfriend, he disposed of her body by himself. He did not have help. It was not like, you know, a group of individuals that partook in doing this. My spirit guides also tell me that the boyfriend cleaned up the crime scene after he shot his girlfriend. Which is something that I was worried about, because when I found out that he shot her at her house, I'm like, there has to be, you know, a bloody scene or something like that or whatever. But my spirit guides are telling me that he cleaned up, because I kind of wondered. I'm like, well, when people, she didn't show up at the baby shower, surely people came looking for her. So, but obviously nobody's seen anything out of place or anything at her house. And that's because my spirit is saying that the boyfriend, he did clean up the crime scene after he shot Akia. Then my spirit guides told me that Akia's boyfriend, he carried her body to his car. And specifically, it was during a time when no one witnessed the boyfriend carrying Akia's body out to the out of the house and to his car, okay? Also, my spirit guides told me that the boyfriend buried Akia's body somewhere outside, you know, of the neighborhood, outside of her home. He did bury her, is basically what my spirit guides are confirming on this question, that the boyfriend, in fact, buried Akia's body, you know. And I always ask, you know, how they were disposed of or something like that when I find out that somebody was killed. And that's because I want to know, you know, where they were put or where they're at. A lot of times people will dump bodies in the river, you know. You have people who bury them. You have people, I mean, I've had different type of stories. I've had a case where a person like consumed their victim, like ate them, okay? So it's many different scenarios, many different situations pertaining to, depending on the case. But in this case, the boyfriend did carry her body out of the house, place it in his car, and he took her somewhere and he buried her, okay? My spirit guides tell me that Akia was buried in an open landfill, okay? Also, this landfill is near other businesses and restaurants, and other things that would be found, you know, around town. So basically, this isn't like a rural area. It's a big area where she was buried at, that was free and clear of plenty open land, but the surrounding area, there's other businesses, there's other things around it. So it wasn't like, you know, maybe like this person drove to, you know, some big field in some country town off road where there's no houses, no businesses, no nothing like that. It's not like that. It is a big landfill type of an area. And it has a lot of land, open land there, some with grass, some without, but this is where she was buried. But in the surrounding area, there are other businesses and things around, okay? Excuse me, y'all. Give me just a second. The enemy do not be wanting me to get these messages out, honey. Okay? So my spirit guides tell me that the landfill is at a distance. It's basically meaning it's not near where Akia lived at all. And by specifically my spirit guides telling me that it's at a distance, it is all the way outside of the area in which they not only in the area where she lived, but outside of that area, like another city, type of thing. Okay, so my spirit guides also tell me that Akia is buried in a landfill that is near a downtown area of Baltimore. So this is what I meant, but there's plenty of other businesses and different type of things that's around in the area where she was actually buried at. My spirit guides tell me that Akia's boyfriend, however, he did not have the tools that he needed to bury her once he loaded her up in the car and he took off with her. Because when I always ask that, because when I find out that a suspect has buried a person, I'm like, okay, well, did this person already have tools? Because I want to know where they get their tools from. You know, some people who like do landscaping or gardening, or you know, maybe it's a farmer or something like that, it would be normal for them to have some tools, you know, in their vehicle or something. Like, you know, they probably have like a truck or something like that or whatever. It wouldn't be abnormal for them to have tools, because especially like a handyman or something like that, because they work with their hands all the time. They use different type of tools all the time or whatever. But this type of guy here, I just really had a feeling like, what? He didn't have no tools, okay? So my spirit guides tell me that Akia's boyfriend stopped somewhere to get tools along the way when he left with Akia's body. Before he went to bury her, he stopped at a store. My spirit guides tell me that the store that he stopped at is specifically Walmart. I do believe this Walmart is like close by where Akia lived. Like, once he left there, he went to the store and he bought tools like shovels and other digging type of equipment. My spirit guides tell me that that he is on surveillance, and that the surveillance shows the boyfriend buying these tools to bury Akia. My spirit guides also tell me that this video surveillance, if Walmart still has it, if this was done on May 7th of 2017. So if I was the authorities, I would check with every, you know, Walmart in the area. I'm not really sure how many Walmarts or Walmart supercenters, you know, they have in their area, to be able to pinpoint which one exactly he went to. I would have to have a list of all the Walmarts in that area between where she lived and where she was buried, and to specifically ask my spirit guides, was it this one, was it this one, was it this, to get a direct answer. But my spirit guides specifically tell me that the boyfriend is on surveillance, going to the store and buying these tools that he needed to bury Akia. Okay. And like I said, this would authorities would need to look for surveillance on May 7th of 2017. It should be very easy to identify who her boyfriend was, because like I said, this lady was 8 months pregnant. Surely her family, her friends know who her boyfriend is, what his name is, what he looks like. This would be easy for authorities to confirm, to verify, and from there they can figure out what type of vehicle he drives, and then from there they can check the surveillance between where Akia lived and to any Walmarts, you know, and see where he went exactly, where he stopped at, and and things like that or whatever. But like I said, my spirit guides are specifically telling me that there is surveillance video of the boyfriend buying these tools that he used to bury Akia. And once you do find the store where they have this surveillance of him, they are going to need to specifically look on the day of May 7th of 2017, because this is when all of this went down. Excuse me. Because you remember when I told you she had a baby shower that day that she never showed up to, okay? Like, a baby shower for a woman is like a wedding day. This would be like a woman not showing up for her own wedding. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when you got a new baby, especially if your first baby, this whole party, this whole get together gathering is for you and the baby. It's very strange and abnormal for you not to show up. You understand what I'm saying? So all of these things went down on that day. And this is the reason why she did not make it to that baby shower, okay? Just so authorities know. My spirit guides do tell me that unfortunately Akia was shot in her stomach. And this just kind of broke my heart. I began to cry on this part because I said to myself, I'm like, that wanted that baby dead more than anything. I believe he wanted the baby dead more than he wanted her dead. And this is the reason why he shot her in the stomach, to make sure that the baby was going to die and she was going to die. Excuse me, guys. And this really kind of makes me mad because at 8 months, this baby is full term. It is a new life. You know what I'm saying? It has fingers and toes and legs and arms and eyes, a nose, a mouth. This baby can feel everything. You understand what I'm saying? It is a whole child just waiting to come out of the womb. And my God. Before this baby could even come out, you shot this woman in her stomach. So this specifically lets me know that he did not want, even if, so this wasn't just about killing her. Because he could have killed her and just took off and left. But that he would have ran the chances of somebody finding her and maybe her getting some type of, healthcare or assistance or something, to help her. And even if they didn't save her life, they may have made it there in time to save the baby's life. This fool specifically wanted that baby dead, okay? So he shot her in the stomach. Okay. Remember when I told you all that Akia is in a landfill, okay? She is buried in a landfill. This is the reason why, like, I was not satisfied with the reading ending there. I was mad about this baby. I was mad about what happened to her, and I wanted to know more. So I had to go to work, okay? I had to pull up the maps and I had to search. And remember when I told you that my spirit guides told me that she was buried at a distance from where she lived. She wasn't buried anywhere close by where her home is. My spirit guides tell me, okay, and this was clarified by the Most High, by my ancestors, by my archangels, my guardian angels, by Holy Spirit, okay, that Akia is buried somewhere called Hopkins Bayview, Maryland. Again, Hopkins Bayview, Maryland, okay? Which is just outside of Baltimore City, Maryland. But this is called Hopkins Bayview, Maryland, okay? This is the area that Akia can be found. This is the area that she was buried in. I first got a hit on an area called Eastwood, and then I got overwhelming clarification specifically at a Joseph Lee Park. Okay, now Joseph Lee Park is in Hopkins Bayview, Maryland. Okay, so I'm assuming that since it's still Maryland, that Hopkins Bayview is like another city. You understand? So my spirit guides are telling me that this is where she is specifically. This is where she can be found. Hopkins, Hopkins, Bayview, Bayview, Maryland, Maryland. Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. Okay, that's where Akia Eggleston can be found. And my spirit guides are telling me that, excuse me, my spirit guides are telling me that she is buried in Joseph Lee Park. Okay, and if you pull it up on a map and you look at Joseph Lee Park, it's literally a slab of land, and there's even land like Joseph Lee Park looks like a very greenery, grassy area, but there's a huge area next to it that is open field also, but there's no grass there. It's like all land, and it's dirt. It looks like maybe they're going to do some construction there or build something there or something like that. It's like that in several areas around the Joseph Lee Park. But if you look on the map, first of all, you have to go to Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. Okay, you can Google search that, Google map that, or whatever engine drive you have, look that up, and then you can find Joseph Lee Park. And zoom it in, and you will see that Joseph Lee Park is like a huge area, but it's all greenery. But everything that's around it is like, it's a bunch of open land too. Like there's no businesses right there, houses right there, anything right there. It's like a huge landfill. But only the Joseph Lee Park area seems to has grass and things there. So it's like this other area around it is like has been dug up to begin to build something there or something. And I do see plenty of businesses, even like a medical center, hospital, like all kinds of things that's at a distance from there as well. There's a lot of other businesses and things that's around there, but this is a huge area. The Joseph Lee Park and the field and things all around it, leading all the way back up to the highway, is just all open. So my spirit guides is telling me that's exactly where she is. Okay, guys, well, that concludes the reading for Akia Shawnta Eggleston. Okay, I do hope that information helps authorities. I do hope that her body, the body of her and her child, is recovered. Also, my spirit guides, I want to say, for anybody who didn't know, who wants to know, it was a baby girl. Okay, she was having a baby girl. So her and her baby girl can be found in that area. So I do hope that the information that I have been able to provide you can assist you in finding Akia. Okay, at this time I'm going to do I laid a spread for her, so I have plenty of other messages that goes along with this spirit reading I did for her. Okay, and so I'm just going to start off with some general messages from my spirit guides. First, here I have pure evil. Okay, this talks about demons, the devil, wickedness, death, spirits. The person that did this to her was pure evil. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. This is a very dark card, so you can clearly tell that this person's energy was very dark and wicked. It was, this person had wicked intentions, okay, and they carried it out. I believe when he showed up there to see her, this wasn't about, talking or about giving her a ride to the baby shower and being there with her for, celebration of their new baby or anything. He showed up with the intentions on hurting her, and something went horribly wrong. The next card I have is wickedness in high places. Okay, so the wickedness in high places, it says B system 666. Okay, so this individual could have ties to individuals who are linked or connected to secret societies or something like that of that kind. It was very interesting that popped out, but it in fact did. Okay. The next message I have is the devil in disguise. Okay. So again, we have demonic possession, evil, two-faced, wickedness, shapeshifters. Okay, this guy, he obviously, was a very evil, wicked, dark guy. He probably did have some ties, some kind of ties, obviously, to some type of satanic occult. This situation brought Akia a lot of sadness here. She was heartbroken. It caused her depression. It caused her to feel down because this individual did not want her to have the baby. And this individual, like, literally on this day that should have been a happy occasion, showed up and literally caused all this mayhem in her life. And when you're pregnant, it's not good for you to be upset like that and stressed out like that. The baby can feel feel all of that. It can make you very overwhelmed. You already have high anxiety and different things because you are with child and everything. So it was very sad. It was very overwhelming for her. And, she felt very down and depressed because of what was happening. Here I have family disloyalty, betrayal. This talks about jealousy, envy, hate. No kin of mine, no friend of mine. Okay, so I think that still speaks pertaining to this boyfriend. Okay, who is very interesting because although she was seeing somebody else, obviously he was seeing somebody else, whether she knew or not. But he was absolutely adamant about her not having this baby. Okay, that it got to the point of hate, and him being very aggressive with her as well. So those are those spirit messages. Next I have here baby blues. Okay, and it says new life. Well, baby blues, new life comes up when a person is with a child. Okay, we clearly know that she was pregnant. Okay, so she probably was already going through some baby blues, some postpartum depression type of energy. And then here comes this guy causing, all kind of chaos in her, in her world, and, what was happening and everything. And it was just really overwhelming for her. And all she could think about it really was the safety of her child. But, she was tired of this. Next, we have murder. I clearly explained to you how she was murdered in cold blood, just straight up, She was murdered. There was an argument that took place. There was, a bunch of bickering and fighting back and forth. And then, this guy came with the intentions to hurt her. He came there with a gun. Okay, nobody is walking around with a weapon that don't plan to use it, especially if you get into an argument with someone. It is very sad that you literally got to be out of your mind to shoot and kill a pregnant woman. But this person obviously did not care. Next, here we have blood sacrifice. Clearly, with her being murdered, this was a blood sacrifice. He took the life of Akia and her unborn daughter as well. Next, here I have devil worshippers. So like I said, this has been several different clarifications here that this guy, who was her boyfriend, had ties to some type of satanic cults, some type of secret society, something where devil worshiping and things went on and happened, which may specify another reason for her being murdered and it being deemed a blood sacrifice as well. Next, I have here wicked witches. Okay, so obviously the people amongst these satanic cult groups, there's a lot of black magic and witchcraft and different types of things that go on. And I feel like this individual was a part of that, guys. Just a minute. I definitely feel like that, he was a part of you know, these sinister things that he was involved in, you know, behind the scenes. Next, I have lone wolf shooter. So this lets me know that he clearly did this himself. There was nobody else there with them. You know, he wasn't with like an entourage of homeboys that, you know, came in and blasted on her or nothing. He did this himself. Lone wolf means by yourself. And, you know, so this is clearly spirit telling us that one person is who was behind this. And this guy, you know, last but not least, he was a bully. He wanted to push her around and bully her and control her and, you know, make her do what he wanted her to do, which is quite interesting that he waited so long to act like this. You know, it was almost like something else took possession of him or something, because this lady was 8 months pregnant. You understand? Like, were there not any previous conversations about, you know, the fact that he didn't want her to have a kid or anything like that? You know, and maybe there was, and maybe she refused to have an abortion. She, you know, she was adamant about having her child or whatever, and so it just built up in him, and he was upset, and to the point of it being a boiling point. Okay, and he just flipped out and snapped. Okay, so next I have some more spirit messages here from another one of my decks. I have not in the mood. On the day that he showed up with all of this hostility, this anger, you know, this drama, she was not in the mood. Okay, you know, she was trying to go to a joyous what was supposed to be a joyous occasion for her and her daughter. And so she wasn't in the mood for fighting, for arguing, for, you know, all the unnecessary crap. And he literally showed up just like on attack from the very moment that he got there. We have fighting, fussing, and cussing. Okay, so that was what he was about from the moment that he got there. And she was not in the mood for this mess. Next, we have no good in the hood. Okay, so clearly this jerk was no good. You know, no good in the hood just basically talks about, this could be, the hood just means neighborhood. Okay, so this could be any hood of anywhere, but this is an individual who was up to no good, who had no good on his mind, who had no good intentions on that day. This individual, you know, like I said, she wasn't in the mood. He showed up wanting to fight, you know, want to fuss with her, want to control her, boss her around, bully her, and different things like that. And he was just, obviously, he was no good, you know, to himself or her or his child or anyone else. Next we have here, watch your surroundings at all time, evil lives. Okay, so clearly, because this was her baby's dad, her guards were down. You know, she probably didn't feel, I'm pretty sure she had argued and fought with him before, but she didn't feel like, you know, she would lose her life on that day, or that he would possibly hurt her and her child or whatever. So her guards were down, and, you know, she wasn't necessarily watching her surroundings like that or whatever. And, you know, here he comes with this full-blown attitude and just acting erratically and totally wigged out on her, and she really just kind of didn't even see it coming. Okay, last but not least, here we have narc relationship. This clearly lets me know that this guy is a narcissist. Okay, he is very controlling, very possessive, very abusive. You know, he's got to have his way or there's no way type of a person. Okay, so this is the type of person that she was in a relationship with. This is the reason why there was all the fussing and the cussing and the fighting and all the unnecessary drama, because this is what she was having to deal with. This is what she was going through behind the scenes, whether, you know, anybody else knew or not. I don't believe that this happened on that day. You know what I mean? He had acted erratically like this before. You know, it just may not have gotten violent to the point in which it did. Okay? Next, in my other deck here, I have disloyalty. Clearly, this person was disloyal to her, was disloyal to her unborn child, had absolutely no respect for her or their child that they had together. Very disrespectful individual, okay? Here I have ultimate betrayal. So you've gone from disloyalty to betrayal. This is the ultimate betrayal. You understand? Like, a lot of people feel, oh my gosh, I've been betrayed if somebody cheat on you, or if somebody leave you, or you have a kid by somebody and they're not co-parenting with you, they're not helping you with the kid or whatever. You can feel like, oh, you betrayed me, or you thought somebody loved you or was your friend or something like that, and then come to find out they don't, and you're like, oh, they betrayed me. But the ultimate betrayal is when you play God, you take matters into your own hands and you decide to end somebody else's life. And not even just Akia's life, you killed your unborn child as well, and your baby's mother. If that's not the ultimate betrayal, I don't know what is. Next, I have backstabbers. Clearly, he was stabbing her all kinds of ways in the back. Why? Well, for one, he did not want this child. I'm not even sure he really wanted her, considering the fact of how he acts. He probably was, obviously he was stringing her along. It was cool as long as they were hooking up and hanging out and having sex or whatever, but he had another chick on the side. And whoever this chick was on the side, now, you remember I asked, was she pregnant by somebody who was married? And my spirit guides told me no. But clearly, their relationship was off and on enough to where she had a little side piece, but he had a side piece as well. And that's the reason why I say that this wasn't the first time that the fussing, the fighting, the arguing happened. It just had never gotten to the point where it was this violent and this evil and thing. So, obviously this other woman that he was with, maybe he was with her before he had hooked up with Akia. But for whatever reason, he did not want Akia to have the baby. And it was predominantly because of this other woman that he had. Which is kind of crazy because, it's weird, and this lady was 8 months pregnant. What's done is done at this point. At that point, you just need to man up and be a father. That's not the last. I have one more. Here we have brokenhearted. He clearly broke her heart. Her heart was shattered to pieces. She was tired of being hurt. She was tired of being used, abused. She was tired of being bullied and pushed around. When he showed up that day, it was just the last straw. She was not in the mood. She was tired. I mean, any woman who have ever had a child, when you're 8 months pregnant, look, your feet swole, your back hurt, your bra too tight, honey, and you won't feel like that extra, and you hungry as hell, so you don't feel like with that extra, you don't feel like being bothered with or whatever. And here you come with all this drama, with all this mess, and it just literally shattered her heart. It broke her heart because in that moment, I believe she really realized that, like I said, she did not see it coming that he was going to kill her and the kid, but I believe in that moment, because of the disloyalty and the betrayal and the backstabbing and everything, I feel like she knew then that he was not going to be a good father to her kid, and she was just tired of the mess, but she had no idea that he was going to take her life on that day, or take the life of his child. And last but not least, my spirit guides are telling me that Akia and her baby, they're angels right now. Their angels are with them right now, are watching over them right now. They are protected where they are. You see, this is a yellow card, which represents the sun, which represents the light or whatever. So, the angels are with them. They are surrounding them, and they are protected right now. But of course, we hope that that they are found, that their bodies are recovered, that they are giving proper burials, and you know, that people come together in memory of their life, okay? But their angels are around them at this time, okay, guys? So I did do a tarot spread here for Akia, as well as her, well, it's predominantly for Akia, but it's Akia as well as her unborn child. Here I have the Ten of Swords, the Moon card, the Seven of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay, guys? This reading here is pretty self-explanatory. The Ten of Swords, it basically talks about defeat. It's an ending, a completion. You know, in this situation, it would have been the death of Akia and her unborn child here. It usually depicts a man who is face down. It usually depicts a man who is, you know, face down on the ground, look like he's dead, and he's got 10 swords in his back. This person has been defeated. They have been beat, you know, and they have been stabbed in the back. And you see how we had the stabs in the back here. They have been stabbed in the back 10 times. So this person had hurt Akia over and over again, stabbing her in the back 10 times to you know, not, you know, actually, but all of the things that he had done to her and put her through, to the point of taking her life here. With the Moon card, this talks all about illusions and delusions. So there was a lot of illusions pertaining to the situation, secrets and things that was being kept around this situation, are pertaining to, you know, the ending of her life, or even leading up to. Okay, with the Seven of Swords here, this talks all about lying, cheating, stealing, trying to get away with something, and so that was this boyfriend. You know, he was this liar. He was this cheater, this manipulator, this abuser, this user, this you know, wants to get away with everything or whatever, all while he's bullying her, he's abusing her and things, and she's full-blown pregnant with his baby. And you know, it went all wrong. With the Two of Wands here, there was a decision that he made. This decision that he made to take Akia's life, this was because of a third-party situation with the Three of Cups here. Okay, 3 is a crowd, baby. I told you, he had another woman. Whether Akia knew about this or not, when they hooked up, or during the time that they were dating, or before she got pregnant, or whatever, but whatever ties that he had to this other woman, he did not want Akia to bring another baby, or didn't want her to bring a baby at all into the world, because he didn't want this other woman to find out that he had a baby on the way. So he killed her. He killed her. He took the life of this woman and her unborn child. Okay, and because of this Three of Cups situation, it brought about the Three of Swords. Okay, 2 threes here, 3 of Cups and the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords talks all about heartache, pain, misery, sadness, loss, discomforts, heartache, heartbreak. Okay, and that's the type of energy that was created around this situation here, this third party situation, okay, with Akia and her boyfriend slash baby dad, but also with this other person in which she or he was with, okay, and which was predominantly why he was so hostile pertaining to, you know, about her having this child, that it caused this heartbreak, this heartache or whatever. And ultimately, with the decision that he made, to take her life, this was all to cover up. And I'm gonna show you how this looks. Hold on, okay? So with the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands talks about visions, decisions, making a decision on something, okay? the Two of Wands jumps to the Ten of Swords, okay? This decision that was made was to end the life of Akia and that child here, okay? The secrets, you know, the things that was being done in the dark, the illusions that was happening, the secrets was around this Three of Cups situation, you know, this third party situation. These were the secrets that were circling around pertaining to the situation, which is ultimately why the decision was made to take Akia's life. With the Seven of Swords here and the Three of Swords here, the Seven of Swords is talking about heartaches. Or though the Seven of Swords is talking about this boyfriend who was a liar, who was a cheater, a manipulator, a deceiver, a thief. You understand me? And this caused heartache, heartbreak, pain, misery. This is why this situation happened, y'all. This is exactly why this situation happened the way it did. Give me just a minute, guys. Let me put this up. So like I said, very heartbreaking situation. It really made me mad, but we're going to get into some spirit messages from the archangels, from the fairies, and so forth, okay? Okay, guys, so to start off here, we have the number 4. This is the Emperor, okay? This comes from Archangel Uriel, okay? Now, the Emperor in the traditional tarot deck, this is a person who is a father, who is a business leader. This card here gives me one of two energies here. With the Emperor being a father figure, this can speak to the father that took the life of Akia and her unborn child, because it talks about stability and efficiency, but it says taking charge of a situation, ambitions or ambitious plans, okay? And that's exactly what her baby dad did. He took charge of a situation that he did not want to be. And the ambitious plans that he had caused her life to be lost, okay? So that's one way of looking at this. But another way of looking at this can tell me that there's an emperor. There's somebody who is in authority, who is in power. Maybe someone who is the lead of this case, a detective, someone in government, or something that is going to, through the stability, the efficiency that they have, they are going to bring resolve to this situation, okay? Maybe pertaining to the information that I'm giving here, maybe with finding other leads and going to find them and search for them or whatever. But like I said, it can be looked at in two different ways, because the Emperor do talk about a father figure, but the Emperor also speaks of someone who is in charge, who is in authority, who is in power, who is in leadership, possibly someone who is in a high level, high ranking position in government or something like that as well, okay? So it can be looked at either way. Next, with the fairy message here, this is a very beautiful card, y'all. This is flourish. Okay, and it says the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life and those of others. Okay, so I feel like that's what we did here today. We have shed light, or I have shed light on this situation to assist or help anyone who needed clarification, who needed understanding, to put fresh eyes on a situation, to give better leads or more leads to a situation to help find this young lady, because it has been an injustice as to what has happened to her, and no one has paid the consequence for her life being lost as well as that of her child. Okay, so a lot of people will learn from this experience is what this card is speaking to. Okay, there has been light shed on this situation pertaining to what happened to Akia and her daughter. Okay, and so the things that people were unclear about, unclear areas about her life, about what was happening prior to, the day of, and thereafter her disappearance. You know, this is going to help heal other individuals close to this case who knew Akia and things or whatever. And I really hope and pray that this information brings some type of clarity and helps to locate this young lady. I really do. Here with the number 5 here, we have ceremony. There are going to be ceremonies in the honor of Akia, in the honor of her unborn daughter as well. Okay, so this could be like a homegoing celebration. This could be, you know, a balloon release or some type of ceremony, some type of celebration in remembrance of them. This very well can occur once Akia and her unborn child is found. That way they can be recovered and laid to rest properly. And this next card that I got here, y'all, I just kind of broke down because if you seen what I had to do in order to figure out the area that she was exactly, y'all, there is something like, if you just Google in first I Googled in where she's from, which was Baltimore City, Maryland. Okay, so once I asked my spirit guides, was she still in Baltimore City, Maryland, and my spirit guides were like, no. Excuse me, guys. I knew I had to go outside that area. So then my spirit leads me. I'm looking at this map. I'm looking around to see what other cities, what other roads, what other areas. I'm just looking at this huge map of Maryland. Okay, and I don't know this place at all. I haven't been there, so I'm having to look at this map like this. And then, so I asked my spirit guides, I just started asking different areas that I was seeing on the map that that I was being drawn to, you know, because doing this work, you were like, your spirit is drawn to certain this, that, or the way. It just depends on what you're doing. So finally, I got to the, what is it called, y'all? I got to the area of Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. Okay, and so my spirit guides was like, yes, and I got double confirmation that she was in fact in Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. So when I brought up that area on the map, which is actually a totally different area, like I said, than Baltimore City, Maryland. Okay, so this is almost like another town, another city, you know, something like that or whatever. This is a whole nother area, but that is just that area. You understand me? Like, a person can say, hey, I'm in California. You understand me? But California is huge. Where in California? You understand me? So once I find out, oh, Los Angeles, California, now I can look in Los Angeles in certain places, different areas to see, okay, is it here? Is it here? Is it there? You know, and so this is how I have to do it, y'all. Nevertheless, so when I got to the Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland area, I zoomed in on that area to see what was in the surrounding area. And I'm just totally looking at the map at this point. And so I was seeing some different areas, and I'm asking spirit about those areas, and I wasn't getting clear hits on those areas. And then I got a clear hit on an area called Eastview, which is in the area of Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. So I zoomed in on it, and then there's this other there's this other section of the map that you can, like, one section is the map view, okay? The other section is that same map view, but you can see it in like I think almost like satellite image type. Like you can actually see the land, like you can actually see what the town looks like, what is there, what is around, and things like that, y'all. So when I got on that, I clicked on there to see the actual real area, what it looks like. And this is how my spirit guides drew my attention to the Joseph Lee Park, specifically Joseph Lee Park. And I was told she is there. Now, Joseph Lee Park this is all, like I said, in Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. So I was already double confirmed that she is in Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland. Then I had to figure out where in Hopkins, Bayview, Maryland, what was around. So when I got that, y'all, so when you look on like I want to call it like a satellite type of image. It's basically the image where you can see the actual real land, the actual real roads, the actual real businesses and what they're called all around the town and things like that. You can actually see it. It's not just like the map view where, it's called, when you pull it up, it's called bird's eye view is what it's called. Y'all, I say all that to say, because when I pulled this card for her, it's called the Mountain. This is number 7, very beautiful card. It's called the Mountain. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what this card talks about. And I just like broke down crying when I got to this part, because it was a trip, and it's literally how I had to find her. It says, mountains have stood as symbols of achievement, likely since mankind first set eyes on them. Many of the world's greatest spiritual leaders have taken pilgrimages to mountaintops to gain perspective on their own lives and what they can offer to the world. It can be a lonely, hazardous journey, but there is so much reward in seeing things from a bird's eye view. Y'all, I literally started bawling. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I had to push on the computer to like zoom in on this area in the Joseph. And so when I did that, when I pushed the bird's eye view, y'all, it was right there in my face, plain as day. It was Joseph Lee Park. And my spirit guides was like, she's right there. And so it tripped me out because this card hadn't come out before. So I had to look in the book, and I'm like, okay, what is this about? Or whatever. And it just tripped me out that it said that. And it was just like more clarification that I had done the right thing, and that is, exactly where she is. So it was like overwhelming. Okay, but anyway, it says, so like I said, it says, it can be a lonely, hazardous journey, but there is so much reward in seeing things from a bird's eye view. When you're above looking down and notice patterns and connections you couldn't have imagined before, mountain peaks are the vantage of innovators, leaders, and those who are ready to live life to the fullest. Y'all, I just started bawling. I'm like, oh my God. And so also what helps me is when I'm doing these readings for people, I have their picture up on a device, on the laptop or something like that. And so, I'm literally communicating with them. They're communicating with me. I'm looking directly at them when I'm, doing the reading. And it helps me to get accurate information from them. And like from the moment that I'm writing the information down, I'm literally talking to them. I'm like, okay, sweetie, so what happened to you? Tell me, show me what happened. What happened? I'm talking to them. And so this helps me with that. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all. It was like very amazing. So here, number 14, this is Thorns, okay? And this says, weave together the crown you deserve, okay? And I feel like this crown is going to be weaved together for Akia, because I have faith and I believe that Akia and her unborn child will be found. They will be rescued, they will be recovered, and they will be laid to rest properly like they deserve. And it's a trip, because if you see this here, you see this woman, and she has her daughter right here next to her, and they're doing things like with these flowers and things like that or whatever, you know. And it just makes me, and I told you Akia was having a baby girl, and I just really kind of feel like that this could be, you know, them here or whatever. And it says weave together the crown you deserve. And you know, she definitely deserves, you know, this crown, because you know, she was a mother. I believe this was her only child, her first child, and something so tragic happened to her as it did was really heartbreaking. And I could like totally feel her energy throughout this reading. It was a lot. So the last angel message I have, guys, is in the near future. I believe Akia and her daughter is going to be found in the near future. This is what the angels are confirming. This is what the angels are saying. And my spirit guides are telling me that I have given you all the information pertaining to this situation, all the information that you need in order to solve this case, in order to find these individuals. And so it was like, for me, it was a great pleasure to even do so. I hate, you know, that it has to be under such bad circumstances. A lot of these situations are so heartbreaking, but you know, it gives you a glimmer of hope when I find out the person is still alive and they could possibly be rescued or helped or something in some kind of way. But you know, it means just as much to me when somebody is just missing and has never been seen or heard from again, and they can just be found, just to give their family closure and give them the proper burial and, you know, ceremonies and different things depending on people's belief systems and, you know, how they do things. Just what they because they don't deserve just to be thrown off somewhere, discarded somewhere like they're nothing, like they're nobody. You know, nobody has the right to take the life of anybody else. I don't care what the situation is. The easiest thing for you to do is to leave. Period. Period, point blank. The easiest thing for you to do is to leave. It is completely unnecessary to take the life of another human being. It's not right. It's not okay. And more often than not, the very people who feel that they have the right, the power, and or the authority or even the audacity to take somebody else's life, to consider somebody else's life being taken, these are the very individuals who wouldn't want their life taken. So if you love your life and you don't want your life taken, what in the hell makes you think that you got the right to take somebody else's life? Whether you actually doing it yourself or whether you're setting it up to be done to somebody else. Nevertheless, guys, that concludes the reading for Akia, Shawnta, Eggleston. Like I said, I do hope that this information will help and assist authorities to help recover Akia. I would like to send my condolences to the families as well. I'm sending Akia and her daughter peace, love, and light, as well as I am sending peace, love, and light unto the family. I do hope this brought you clarification. I hope that you all can receive some type of justice for the loss of your loved ones as well. I thank each and every one of you for listening, for watching. If you will please subscribe, share, push the like button, if you will. For those of you who would like to contact me about missing mysteries or murder mysteries, or just some topic that you would like for me to talk about or do a reading for, please feel free to contact me either through the comment section, or you can do so at tiffanyziegler60@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so as well through Cash App, It is $Tiff Diamond 36. That would be greatly appreciated. I thank you with every fiber of my being. If you do decide to be a blessing to me, to this channel, to keep this channel going, to keep it growing and everything, you all are greatly appreciated just for listening and watching and sharing. Okay. As I said, I wish each and every one of you all peace, love, and light. As I always tell you all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. Y'all, there is evil, there is wickedness that is lurking around every corner. And I'm telling you, the very ones who smile in your face and tell you that they love you are oftentimes the same ones who will stab you in your back, if not take your life. Okay, so watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep, watch who you allow your children to associate with and to be around. Okay, because I'm telling you, it's the very ones that you think you love or that you think love you, the very ones that you feel comfortable with, who could cause you or your children heartache and pain. And I don't want that for any of you. I really don't. So you all got to take care of yourself, okay? Stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, stay prepared, okay? Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, okay? And until the next time, guys, peace, love, and light. Namaste.